Good morning, friends. Welcome to our weekly read and discuss session. We'll be reading the summary of the book Flourish. Flourish summary. One sentence summary. Flourish establishes a new model for well being rooted in positive psychology, building on five key pillars to help you create a happy life through the power of simple exercises. Favorite quote from author. I'm trying to broaden the scope of positive psychology well beyond the smiley face. Happiness is just one fifth of what human beings choose to do. Martin Seligman. Let's make a bet. I actually would put money on this. At some point in your life, you have asked yourself a variation of the following question: how can I be happy? Whether it was how can I be happier, or how I can be happy more often, or how can I go back to being happy? I am I'm very sure that you have turned this over in your head at least a couple of times. Today's book comes from the person you should direct this question to. He is a founding father of happiness research and establishes the entire scientific field of positive psychology. His name is Martin Seligman. If you have heard the name before, it was likely connection with the book called Learn Optimism, one of the first summaries on by the way. Flourish is the first book he has written in over 10 years, in which he lays out a holistic model of happiness going beyond psychology as well as a way to alleviate suffering and instead use it to build a better life. Today, I learned these three lessons from it. A life of profound fulfillment is built on PERMA. PERMA. Simple positive exercises can have life changing effects like these two. IQ isn't everything. Success is based on character trait, not just intelligence. Are you done just floating along in the river of life? Then it's time to flourish. Lesson one: make karma your model of choice to build your life after. If you want to live a fulfilled and happy life, the the model Martin Seligman built to completely represent a happy life with all its facets and components is predicted on five key pillars. Number one, two, and four have been agreed upon in the importance by psychologists for a long time. Three can be identified through Seligman in his team, history and endeavor. First, positive emotion. You might what you might call happiness is colloquial language, but is mostly pleasure. The warm feeling you get when your girlfriend hugs you, the excitement you get from dancing at a club to loud music, the comfort of a warm blanket and some hot pizza on a winter day, etc. Engagement, the flow comfort. We describe the state of effortless work. How much of your time do you spend absorbing activities you love, which makes you forget time, lose yourself, and feel absolutely in sync with what you are doing? Relationship. The number one thing keeping people from becoming depressed is a strong set of great friends. Good relationships are the best, most natural and antidepressant in the world. Is it your social life alive and kicking? Do you trust those around you? Do you love them? Fourth, meaning. What's cause you're willing to serve? Simply because you believe in it? Where do you feel like you belong? Which community can you give your time and skills to make the world a better place for them? Meaning is where motivation comes from. Fifth, accomplishment. As Seligman says, winning for a winning stake. It might sound silly, but as humans, we need that. We need that push to the ego we get from climbing the mountain, hitting the sales goal, winning a tennis match, pulling off the conference or rally, etc. And there you have it, the PERMA model in a nutshell. Positive emotion, engagement, relationship, meaning, and establishment. If you build your life around that, there is not much you can go wrong after that. I'll stop here. You want to go next, Mandy?
Lesson 2. Positive psychology exercises don't have to be complicated to have a profound effect, like these two. Martin Seligman has gotten the best and most positive feedback from his students about the exercises they've done in class. Many of them said that in spite of taking so little effort, they ended up changing their life. Here are two of them. One, the what went well exercise. Before you go to bed, take 10 minutes to write down 3 things that went well that day. Then ask yourself, why did this happen for each one of them? This will show that your choices do matter and make it a positive change and help you do it again. Do this for a week and watch what happens. 2, the kindness exercise. This is great for kids, but works for anybody. Think of something nice you can do for someone. Something random that doesn't take much, but will make their day, and go do it without expecting anything in return. Just observe what impact this has on your mood, and you'll see how powerful this is. See, it doesn't have to be complicated. Changing your life can happen one day, one exercise, 10 minutes at a time. All right, I'll stop here.
Okay, excuse me, I had to unmute. Lesson 3. Success is based on more than intelligence, such as character traits, making IQ a bad way to measure it. The accomplishment part of the pyramid model is the one where most people will pause for a second and think, and then insert excuse. But I'm not that smart, but I'm not that talented, and so on. According to Seligman, however, it's really character traits that are responsible for accomplishment, not fixed abilities. Take IQ. For example, I have an IQ over 130, which puts me in the top 5% of the planet. But it doesn't mean anything. If I want to have a successful online business, I have to figure out all of it by myself, just like everyone else who starts from zero. I don't just show up and make $1 million. I'm a long way from that. Seligman says that there are 4 things that determine accomplishment, most of which can be learned. 1, speed of thinking. 2, the ability to plan your work and revise what you've already done. 3, a fast learning rate. 4, the effort you put into the tasks that you handle. Similarly, since IQ mainly tests the speed of thinking part, it's not all that helpful in determining someone's potential for success. So don't get hung up on what you don't have. Look at what you can learn and focus on that. My personal takeaway, wow, what an awesome book. Complete Look at Happiness, which includes all the things I thought of when designing my own happiness formula recently. Definitely a one-stop shop. Go for it. And that's it. Oh, this a little bit. What else can you learn from the blinks? When drugs work and when they stop doing so, why we need science to back up positive psychology, how one school integrates the positive psychology exercises into the schedule, a better way to measure accomplishment than IQ, why wealth doesn't automatically equal well-being. Who will I recommend the Flourish summary to? The 24-year-old student who used to be happy until she started college, but lost her positive energy along the way. The 45-year-old teacher who's looking for something new to teach the kids, and anyone who thinks they don't have what it takes to make it successful. Okay.
Should we discuss? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
If you like. Yeah. Great.
So definitely nice article. So I those are like the last 3, like the 2 ones, the relationship and the meaning. So a lot of studies have went like relationship are very, very important. Like how social you are, how good your friends are they reliable, can you trust them? So like, social bonding plays a lot of role. And even I heard like Alzheimer and all diseases, like if you have a great social circle and all, even those like the less number of people are bound to diagnose with Alzheimer and some other kind of symptoms when they grow old. If you have a strong relationship with your friends, and a good social circle, basically. Um, and so it's like the fourth one is the like one of the toughest one, but like a lot of, I mean, we generally we do job because we get paid, and it's like bread and butter stuff, right? Like, but some like finding the meaning uh, of like kind of meaning to your life, and then doing some kind of work which which you are doing it because you really want to do without getting paid, or without having any interest in that, in the interest, like some different interest other than your own self interest to do something. So those two things are like I have seen, like I have read about it, and kind of correlate. The rest three things are like engagement and company and positive emotions. The three things I was not aware. Like, for example, accomplishment, yes, but if like it generally lasts for a very short time. Uh, I mean, you like, yeah, climb the mountain, you achieve it, and then you want to do something else, right? So that's my uh, take on that. But it was good to know like, the positive emission is right. I mean, it's just an emotion it will come when you do that activity or something. So again, it ties down to what if you're doing what you like or what you love, then this is like a byproduct. I may be wrong, maybe. There is more to it, but that's how I look at it. Uh, then the kindness exercise, yes. The gratitude is the other thing where if you thank people and all, you basically appreciate somebody helped you, and so that it also helps. And I have like a little bit experience it as well. So that's my thought on that article. Do you want to go next, Julie?
Thank you. There's a couple of ideas that I thought I mean, it's pretty obvious, the 5 things, but I want to talk a little bit about the kindness exercise and winning. So in the kindness exercise, I don't know about men, but I know that for women, a lot of the times their whole life they've been told to be kind to others, and others will be kind to them. And what I find is that creates a kind of dependency that you can't really count on. I find that, just because I'm kind to somebody, it doesn't mean that they'll be kind to me, Mm-hmm. So I look at kindness 2 ways. That if I'm angry at somebody, I'm probably being kind to them to get something I need back. And that doesn't work. So the question that I ask myself at that moment is, what is it that I need? And how can I take care of myself? So if I need validation of my ideas, or if I need someone to say, good job, I need to take care of that. So I need to be kind to myself sometimes. And that means that when I'm kind to others, I'm not doing it as a trade. I can just be kind. And of course, I like it if someone else is kind to me back, but I don't have to be angry if they're not kind to me, because it's not a trade. And if it is a trade, there's businesses where it's commercial. then I need to make that very clear. You know, when I do this for you, you know, if I, for example, we have some new neighbors who moved in from Singapore. We took them out to the grocery store, but we don't expect them to do something back for us. But they offer us a biryani chicken, which I really appreciate because I love biryani chicken, right? But I didn't do it to get the chicken, so I wouldn't have been disappointed if they didn't offer it to me, you know. So I think kindness, I think we should, and maybe for men too, I just don't know, that sometimes maybe the first thing to do is to be kind to themselves, because then they have more to give to others. Or they don't, you know, they don't become like needy of others, you know. In terms of winning, I don't like the word winning. And I know it has a lot of psychological feelings. I would like the word success. You know, if I want to sit and meditate for 10 hours a day, I'm not winning at anything, but it could still give me a great deal of enjoyment because it gives me my personal sense of accomplishment, right?
Yes.
And I think that's just as important as winning, because winning implies there's a competitor, and I don't have to have that. And the second thing relates to winning or success is understand that failure is an integral part of it. You know, like my weight, right? I'm at 152.8, and that sounds great, but I went up to 156 yesterday. I don't know what happened, you know, but it was a feedback loop. So I ate less yesterday. I was invited out to lunch, and I had to cancel, you know, because I know that if I go out eat at a restaurant, I'm gonna gain 2 more pounds, and that wasn't helpful to me at that moment. But it was the failure that I was at 156 pounds that gave me the discipline. So I think failure is an integral part of the feedback loop for success, you know, and it's a motivational factor. So in American society, somehow they think that success is like climbing the ladder, you only go up, but actually it's more like a stock market curve. It goes up and it goes down. You know? So I think for me, it helped me to realize that even though sometimes it's a struggle.
Right.
Yeah. But I'm really glad to be reading this because it's helping me to not only think it through, but to have a forum for discussion. And that always helps me. Thank you.
Well, for me, I can definitely relate when the section that says, what else can you learn from the blanks? I can definitely relate to the last two. Because for me, it's accomplishment. It's not just about mental things. For me, it's how much exercise did I do, and that's a physical thing. And then why wealth doesn't automatically equal well-being. Well, I'm certainly not wealthy. And I still feel like I'm doing well in spite of that. I'm doing as well as I can. I'm getting back, you know, I always been, my sister has gotten on me at times about being disorganized. So I'm trying to get better at that. And that kind of relates to number 2, the ability to plan your work and revise what you've already done. And as you know, as for that first one, speed of thinking, I think that relates to number 3. On the one hand, a fast learning rate, but then there's other times you need to just take time to think things through. Problem solving. You need to really take your time. Don't rush through it. And I guess that relates to number 4. Putting effort into the tasks you handle. You know, you really need to take time to think things through and plan and break it down into steps if you need to. That's it.
Yeah, can I say that what you said about fast thinking, it relates to what we read in Hahnemann's. Sometimes slow thinking is the key to success.
Yeah, right.
Mm.
Because sometimes if you think too fast, you forget something that's kind of maybe important.
And sometimes you just have to plug at it, right? Like my book. There's no way I can do it fast. But if I don't do it slowly, it's not going to get done.
Right.
So it's not fast or slow. It's what is it in there somewhere? Like you said, or just keep working at it, right?
Yeah.
There was one, applying commitment and effort. I think that's more important than fast and slow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
So I think we are up to time. Like we can do commitments.
Okay.
6:40. So for me this week, mostly I need to put one of my kid again. They are to some kind of camp. It gives a bit relief for my wife. Then we have to prepare something on August 27. I think we are leaving for this Legoland and other stuff. So I just want to or if anything else we need do something, because otherwise it's always like last moment, oh we don't have this happen, so I'll be going to spend some time there. I want to see how my next train goes. It's like a little tough moving my sideways, so I'll either like go to like take a sauna bath, go to gym, or see how I can get rid of it. I have a spray, but let me see which works better. Uh, for me, like, and then continuing exercise, I have like I have to go to gym, make sure because this I think this cricket I'm skipping today, feeling like a bit weird on the neck. So that's it from my side. You want to go next, Julie?
Okay. Wednesday, I'm going to Canada to visit my sister. So I might not be able to make it on Saturday. I will let you guys know. And please feel free to do it without me. Either way is fine. If you prefer to not do it, that's fine too. Whatever's best for you guys.
Sure.
I'm going to finish the recommendations for micro mentoring and send it to the manager, send it to the director there. And can I send it to you guys just so you guys, that will help me. You don't have to even read it, but I'll send it. But you're welcome to read it. Thank you, Atu and Wendy. And I'm going to have to prepare for the trip, which isn't much. Get some cash, pack my clothes. It's very casual. I need to send my sister the itinerary, which I'll do today. And I'll work on my book wherever I'm at. And I'm very grateful for your support. Thank you. Oh, I'll continue to exercise, of course.
Yeah, exercise and yoga, that's 2 of my commitments.
Okay.
Going to be having coloring this week. And I'm probably going to see my sister sometime this week because I didn't see her this week. The doctor wants me to measure my heart, my pulse rate twice a day, so I'm doing that.
Okay.
Let's see. Other than that, just keep up with my yoga and my reading and studying, and that's it.
Right. Okay.
Have a good time in Canada.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And okay, I'll get the readings and the YouTube all together, and
All right.
I'll share that with you guys, so you have
All right.
the YouTube and the readings we did. Okay.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you. Bye bye. Have a great week or two.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Bye, Wendy.
Bye bye. Bye bye.